Jerry Mallory here, SBNationPrivateTrade.com. The Thanksgiving Day game is over. We're going to talk about that. The NFC North picture is getting clearer and clearer, more definitive by the week. We're going to talk about that. Now, to sum up the game, in a couple of words, it would be surgical precision, especially on the offense. Now, there were the turnovers. We know about that. But the plays, the yardage, the time of possession, the points, obviously, the number of first downs. If you look at those stats, sometimes stats can be deceiving. You get a Calvin Johnson 80-yard touchdown. You get a Reggie Bush run for 60 or 70 yards, and statistics can be skewed. Whereas they may have a big chunk of yards by the end of the game, maybe it wasn't as consistent. No, this was surgical precision. This was consistency. 2 guys over 90 yards on the ground. 5 or 6 different receivers contributing. Doran Dickerson making some action. Jeremy Ross, obviously Calvin Johnson. This was a masterpiece, if you will. If you take out those turnovers, which you can't really do. They're part of the picture. But if you do take them out, let's just play pretend. We were firing on all cylinders. Yes, the Green Bay Packers defense has something to do with that as well, but props to this team. So for those guys that want to say that Aaron Rodgers playing would affect the outcome of the game, yeah, it may have been closer. Maybe we don't have the ball as much. Maybe our defense is not as rested. But Aaron Rodgers does not play safety, linebacker, or defensive line. The way we were hitting and firing on all cylinders, as I said before, with a surgical precision. For this game, I think we beat most teams the way we were executing on offense. Kudos. Also cool to see Jeremy Ross, like we mentioned, his former team. He's making a contribution. Kevin Ogletree, Doran Dickerson, trash for one team, treasures for us. It was not all roses and candy and rainbows, though. Reggie Bush, man, you got to incorporate that Tiki Barber school of protecting the ball because we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. So I don't want it to be a division clinching game or a playoff game and you have a costly fumble that cost us the game. And then you, David Akers. Jim Schwartz has confidence in you, but he's one of very few. The other 52 guys plus on your team, they might not share the same sentiment. The boys at privatetrade.com does not have the same sentiment. I certainly do not have the same sentiment. Just last year, San Francisco 49ers on a trek, trying to have a successful season, a playoff run, and a Super Bowl. They couldn't trust you anymore, so they cut ties. I'm just saying, Jim Schwartz, I know you're not a fan of Harbaugh, but maybe you want to follow suit. I know you trust him, but I'm just saying, Shane Graham is available in free agency. Neil Rackers is available. Dave Rayner, who's been with the Lions. And just like in Madden, when you collect enough coins and points, you can coax a guy out of retirement. I know we did Jason Hanson wrong. He retired. We tried to lowball him. Maybe you give him a call. Maybe he wants to come back. I don't have confidence. And it's not the fact that if it's a 45-yarder or a 50-yarder, I'm worried. It's the 25 to 35-yard field goals that he's missing. To me, I can see it happening. We're, at the precipice of clinching our division. We're playing, I don't know, the Arizona Cardinals here at Ford Field, round 1 of the playoffs. And David Akers is missing easy field goals. We have to go for it on 4th and 2 like we've done. We have to do fake field goals like we've done. You say you have confidence in him, but you do these things that goes contrary to what you're saying. Actions versus words. Sometimes they're a world apart. And I'm hoping your actions and your words are a world apart. Because your words are saying you trust in David Akers. I hope your actions prove otherwise when your Neil Rackers and your Shane Grahams and your Dave Rayners or your Jason Hansons walk through that door and is the new kicker for the last 4 games of the season and hopefully in the playoffs. I wanted several guys gone in the past. Your Stephen Petermans, they're gone. I can go on and on. I'm making the call once again. And no, it's not for Horvath Rugland. Maybe he's your kicker in 2014, but he has no experience, fans. He's not going to be your kicker this year. Doesn't make any sense. You don't have confidence in Akers. How can you have confidence in a guy that only has YouTube kicks and a few preseason kicks under his belt? You don't. But there are veterans out there. I've said the names. Maybe there are guys that we look at. Then the defensive line, we'll put a bow on this. To me, they've been overrated this year. I know it's not all about sacks, pressures, and quarterbacks throwing quick and the secondary not really helping. I get that. But it's cool to see what's supposed to be one of the most fearsome defensive lines in the NFL actually prove that. by means of sacks, by means of quarterback knockdowns. And it's cool seeing your two rookies produce, Devin Taylor and one Ezekiel Ansah, who's been proving me wrong. I've had my worries about him. We drafted him. We can go way back. I have no problem going back and giving myself credit for things, i.e. saying the Panthers would be good this year, would be a playoff team this year. I've got to be the first one to admit I wasn't too sure about the Ezekiel Ansah pick. A lot of reasons, and you can go back to that video and see it. Well, he's proven me wrong. I hope he continues to do just that. Now, the NFC North, the picture's gotten a little bit more clear. This was a perfect week because not only do we get a victory by means of beating the Packers, they obviously lose, and then the Bears decide to go and lose to the Minnesota Vikings in overtime. So now our league gets bigger. Here's the cool thing. You don't want to lose against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not saying you want to lose against them, but if you lose, the Bears win, and the Packers all win next week, guess what? We're still in first place. The magic number is 3. If we get to 10 wins, this thing is over. The best the Packers can do is 9-6-1 if they win out. The best the Bears can do is 10-6, but we own the tiebreaker against them. I think 9-7 wins you this division. But hey, go for the 10. That means winning 3 out of the 4. You got 2 home games, Giants, and you've got also the Baltimore Ravens Monday Night Football. Win one of those, win both of those. Split on the road. You got Minnesota at the end. That should be a victory. The Bears have a few tough matchups. They have to go to Lambeau Field. They have to face the Cowboys. You got like at Green Bay, they got to face the Steelers. They have to face the Cowboys. And yes, the Chicago Bears. These teams are going to win a few, but they're going to lose some too. I don't think we have to win out to get where we need to go, but that would be cool. But at least win the 3 and put all doubt to rest. That's what I was trying to say. I'm excited. I'm happy. We're in first place. We're looking good. Big matchup next week. Riley Cooper, Deshaun Jackson, Shady McCoy, Nick Foles, Chip Kelly. They have a horrible secondary. I can rattle off all the names for the Lions too, and we also have a horrible secondary. Could be a grand shootout. We're at the 4th quarter of the season, the last 15 minutes, if you will. The first quarter, we went 3-1. Second quarter, 2-2. Third quarter, 2-2. Well, can we bookend it? Go 3-1 like we did in the first quarter? That gets you 10. That gets you the division. I like our chances. Like I said, though, even if we go 2-2 in this last quarter, that probably gets you the division as well. Now, I want to ask you this. If you had to pick a team that's going to give us the biggest threat, that would supplant us, which team would it be? Are you going to say it's the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers? I'm saying it's the Packers. Anytime you have a potential of bringing back, in my opinion, what is the best football player in the NFL, it pains me to say it because I hate the Packers so much, and I hate Aaron Rodgers so much. Hate in terms of sports. Let's not get too serious. I do hate them, but he is the best, to me, football player in all the NFL. So when you have a potential of bringing him back, the odds of winning 4 in a row is in your favor much more than a guy like Jay Cutler coming back, and they have a ton of injuries to boot. Not that the Packers don't either, but the Packers are a team that I would say will be in second place this year. Or if it would be a team to knock us down off our pedestal, it would be them. Leave your comments on who you think it would be at the allocated comment section. It's somewhere, I don't know if it's like right in there, or you know where it is. Then like somewhere up in here somewhere, there's subscribe. No, like right in here-ish, like right in here. Yeah, something like that. That's where you subscribe. If you've been watching this, I've been on here for a while, and you haven't subscribed, I could smack you. I'm not going to. I'm going to give you one chance to subscribe. And then if you subscribe, go tell a friend to watch me as well. Keep watching. I want to thank all of you. I'm in a good mood, obviously. I waited to do this video to see what the Bears and the Vikings did. And lo and behold, I got a gift on Sunday, just like I got on Thursday. Go Lions. First place. Not a stranglehold on it. It could be, but it's looking pretty good. So until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. This has been Jerry Mallory for SB Nation and PrivateDetroit.com.